The command center's main display showed a three-dimensional representation of the entire colonial territories, with production facilities, resource extraction sites, and defensive installations marked in glowing indicators. King Rourke stood before it at 600 hours, reviewing the overnight reports with a mixture of satisfaction and amazement. "Status report," he requested as Major Elliott joined him with a steaming cup of coffee and a thick data pad. "Sir, the mobilization statistics are frankly staggering," Elliott began, consulting his notes. "We're outpacing the United States World War II industrial mobilization by a factor of 3. Every settlement is reporting manufacturing capacity increases of 200 and 400% week over week." Rourke studied the display, noting the rapid multiplication of facilities across the territories. "Specific numbers?" "Hope's Calling has established 17 new manufacturing facilities in the past 10 days. New Dawn has converted their entire port infrastructure to military shipbuilding. Sentinel is producing enough food to support a population 5 times our current size, while simultaneously establishing weapons manufacturing. And Rourke's Port? 43 new facilities online, with another 60 under construction. The robot coordination systems are allowing us to build faster than we can design." Elliott paused, highlighting a particular section of the display. "Sir, there's one category of submissions that I think requires your immediate attention." The display shifted to show technical specifications for various mechanical designs. Rourke immediately recognized the general categories: military robots, automated vehicles, defensive systems. But the sheer variety and sophistication of the proposals was impressive. "Combat robots," Rourke observed, scrolling through the designs. "How many submissions?" "Over 300 designs from 47 different individuals and teams. But one designer stands out significantly." Elliott activated a sub-display showing a comprehensive portfolio. "Walt Bismarck, of the Orion Bismarck Arms Company. He's submitted 63 distinct designs ranging from infantry units to... well, you need to see this." The display populated with an array of mechanical designs that made Rourke pause. Heavy assault droids that looked like walking tanks, automated vehicles ranging from ground-based units to starfighters, specialized robots for every conceivable combat role, flame units, repair bots, machine gun platforms, even firefighting variants for urban combat. But what caught Rourke's attention were the larger design: autonomous fighters sleek enough to engage Earth's most advanced spacecraft, bombers capable of delivering devastating payloads, gunships designed for close support, and at the far end of the spectrum, warship designs that looked capable of challenging Earth's fleet directly. "These are comprehensive," Rourke said, studying a battleship schematic that appeared to mount enough firepower to level a city. "How long has this company existed?" Elliott checked his datapad. According to colonial business records, the Orion Bismarck Arms Company was incorporated the same day your mobilization edict was published. Sole proprietor, Walt Bismarck, age 34, former Earth military engineer. "Bring him in immediately." An hour later, Walt Bismarck sat across from Rourke in the command center's conference room. He was a lean man, with intense eyes and hands that moved constantly as he spoke, sketching invisible designs in the air to illustrate his points. "Your Majesty," Walt began before Rourke could speak, "I want to thank you for this opportunity. I spent 15 years designing military systems for Earth's defense contractors, but their bureaucracy never let me build anything truly innovative. Then I volunteered for the colony ships and spent 3 centuries in cryo, dreaming about what real military engineering could accomplish." "Tell me about your designs," Rourke said directly. "Start with the space-capable units." Walt's eyes lit up immediately. "Sir, I'm a bit of a history buff. Studied every military engagement from ancient times through our departure from Earth, including what happened to Solace. The critical error was purely strategic. She kept her forces planetside when the threat came from space. Your orbital bombardment succeeded because she had no way to reach you." He activated his portable display, showing the fighter designs. "These units are designed for space superiority, fast, maneuverable, heavily armed. Each one can operate independently or as part of a coordinated fleet. Walt paused, his expression becoming more serious. You know, Your Majesty, there's an old quote from President Franklin Roosevelt during Earth's Second World War. He said, "Hitler built a fortress around Europe, but he forgot to put a roof on it." Air superiority has been decisive in every major conflict since humans first took flight. The same principle applies here. We need to control the space above paradise, or we'll be fighting a losing battle from the start. And the larger vessels? Escalation, sir. If fighters aren't enough, we have bombers for focused strikes. If bombers aren't enough, we have gunships for sustained combat. And if none of that works, he brought up the battleship schematic, we have the firepower to engage their largest vessels directly. Rourke studied the designs with growing appreciation. Each unit appeared to be both independently capable and designed to work as part of a larger force. Manufacturing requirements? That's the beauty of using Solace construction robots, sir. These designs are modular. The same basic fabrication systems can produce infantry units or battleship components. It's just a matter of scale and assembly time. How long for the first prototypes? Give me a proper facility and sufficient robot allocation, and I can have infantry units operational within 2 weeks, starfighters within a month. The larger vessels will take longer, but, sir... Walt leaned forward intently. The first line of defense is what matters most. If we can prevent Earth's forces from reaching the surface, there are no civilian casualties, no ground warfare, no occupation. Major Elliott nodded approvingly. It's exactly what we need, a space-based defense that keeps the war away from the colonies. The other advantage, Walt continued, is automation. These units don't require human pilots or crews. We can field 10 times the forces Earth expects without risking colonial lives. They'll be expecting to fight humans. Instead, they'll be fighting an army of machines that doesn't get tired, doesn't retreat, and doesn't make emotional decisions. Rourke found himself increasingly impressed with both the strategic thinking and the technical execution. What about construction capabilities? Can you manufacture your own builder units? Walt perked up immediately. Actually, sir, I'd love some additional robots, temporarily, to establish a construction unit production line. If we could make our own builders, we could distribute them across... No, Rourke interrupted firmly but not unkindly. I've received 15 other submissions from different firms, each with their own designs for construction and labor units. We can't have our planet fall to oligarchies so soon after gaining independence. Walt chuckled, nodding with obvious understanding. You're absolutely right, Your Majesty. That kind of monopolistic thinking is exactly what I was trying to escape on Earth. Part of why I volunteered for the colony ships in the first place. Too much power concentrated in too few hands back there. Rourke nods a moment before he asks, "Tell me about your company name. Who is Orion?" Walt laughed, the first time he had relaxed since entering the room. "Sir, there is no Orion. I made it up because Bismarck Arms sounded like a guy in his garage, while Orion Bismarck Arms sounds like a proper military contractor with stellar experience. Marketing, Your Majesty. Even in wartime, presentation matters." "Fair enough," Rourke replied with amusement. "Walt, I'm authorizing immediate construction of manufacturing facilities for your designs. You'll have 200 construction robots dedicated to factory construction and initial production runs. How large a workforce will you need?" "Sir, that depends on how many people want jobs. I can design automated production lines, but human oversight and quality control will be essential. I'm thinking maybe 300 workers for the primary facility." Lieutenant Walsh interjected from the communication station. "Your Majesty, we're receiving employment inquiries from all the settlements. Word about new manufacturing jobs is spreading rapidly." "How many inquiries?" Rourke asked. "Over 2,000 in the past hour, sir. People are traveling from Hope's Calling and New Dawn specifically to request factory positions." Walt looked stunned. "Sir, with that kind of workforce, I could establish 3 separate facilities. Infantry and ground units at one location, atmospheric vehicles at another, and space-capable vessels at a third site. Do it, Rourke decided. Whatever you need, this is exactly the kind of strategic advantage we need. As the meeting concluded and Walt departed to begin site selection for his facilities, Major Elliott remained behind with additional reports. "Sir, there's one more statistic you should see," Elliott said, consulting his data pad. "Our population distribution survey is complete." "What did we find?" "Only 22% of the colonial population has taken advantage of your wilderness colonization offer. The remaining 78% still lives within the walls of the original settlements." Rourke considered this information. "That's actually useful. Concentrated population makes defense easier, and it means we have a large workforce available for manufacturing. The people who went into the wilderness are the natural explorers and risk-takers. They'll find resources and establish supply lines. The people who stayed are the builders and craftspeople we need for industrial production. There's more, sir. The people who stayed are asking for additional manufacturing assignments. They want to contribute to the war effort directly." Through the window, Rourke could see construction crews already beginning site preparation for Walt's facilities. The speed of response was remarkable. Within hours of authorizing the project, materials were being moved and foundations were being laid. Rourke said thoughtfully, "We're building something Earth never imagined possible. They sent us here to get rid of political dissidents and troublemakers. Instead, they created a population of people who know how to build things and aren't afraid to take risks." "Sir?" "Earth's fleet is coming here expecting to find struggling colonies dependent on their support. Instead, they're going to find an industrial war machine built by people who have every reason to fight and no reason to surrender." The transformation was accelerating beyond even Rourke's most optimistic projections. What had begun as desperate defensive preparations was becoming systematic military buildup that would have impressed any major power in human history. Earth was expecting to find failed colonies. Instead, they would find the capital of an independent kingdom defended by an automated fleet that had never existed before in human warfare. Earth thought they were coming to reclaim territory. They had no idea they were flying into a revolution that had been industrialized. Many thanks to my channel members and Pathfinders. You all make these videos possible. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Video shares, memberships, and super thanks help the channel grow as well, so feel free to partner with this channel in that way as we grow. With that all said, thank you again for listening to the story, and thank you for your time. On the left side of your screen are some videos I think you might be interested in. I hope to see you in the next one.